I'm using the new OBS, so we're gonna just have to see if we can live, if we can figure this out, and this can actually survive. Interesting. Let me see. Sorry if anyone's anywhere else. I'm trying to see if I can get the Instagram to work, because it's a bit longer for some reason. I've turned my OBS into a monster. My OBS looks ridiculous now. I worry about it. Okay, let's... Can we not shrink this down? Why can't I see more of this? Okay. Hold on, I have to pull that out. Because I think with the Instagram, I have to copy and paste the key in now. It says it's working. Okay, Instagram, are we good? Oh, I don't see the whole thing. Why don't I see the whole thing on the Instagram? On the Instagram, I see... How much do I see? See up to like here. What? How do I move it over? If I move it over this way, does that make any difference to the Instagram? I doubt it. Instagram? We good? No, because I'm on practice mode. Hold on, everyone. Sorry for the stream and how it's looking. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what people would see on different things. Okay, my Instagram is showing me absolutely nothing. Oh wait, it worked, it worked. Okay, the Instagram's delayed, but I can still only see it to about here. Yeah, my Instagram goes to about here. Here to here. And I have no idea why. I have absolutely no idea why the Instagram you can't see more than that. But that's annoying. Should I leave it, everyone? Is there a... I can discard the video as well. Discard. Hold on. Resize Instagram Live. Yeah, how do you resize it? What? OBS. To write Instagram Live using OBS, follow the steps. Change canvas resolution in OBS. Go to settings menu. Settings. Okay. So let's go to the settings menu. Canvas resolution. I can't add it. Oh, I have to change off outputs to change it. I don't care. Hey, if you're on Instagram, sorry, innit? We're gonna figure it out together. But right now, I'm just gonna try and do it. It can be whatever it is. Live, digital painting, public. Sorry, everyone. We can't figure out how to sort that out, but it is what it is. Yeah, again, for the Instagram, you have to do this. Reconnecting, stop, start, error failed, modify, go into the stream key, redo the stream key, stream key's done, Instagram should work, Twitch kick, blah blah blah. Wait, hold on. We're gonna see if this works. Instagram keep running, but if we can see it, does that work? You'll not be able to reconnect. Oh, stop stream. Okay. Alright, so I guess that might mean the stream is working. I don't know if that's worked, but the TikTok one seems to be good. I'm going to assume everything's good. Well, I'm not going to assume. I'll just open everything else up and just see what everyone's saying. And just see if it's going. Let me check. Okay, Instagram is good. TikTok, are we good? Hold on. Trying to check. TikTok, are we? Oh, alright, TikTok, we're good. We're good. Twitch, other things, are we good? Are we good? Hey, Dot, are we good? I don't know how to make this fill up the whole thing on Instagram. So, unfortunately, if you're on Instagram, that's all you're going to get from me for today. I'm going to figure it out. I'll spend time tomorrow. I'll just look and I'll figure it out. I promise I will. We got to figure out how to do all of this stuff. But for today, I am just drawing some cool stuff from my screenshots that I've been taking recently. And I just want to draw. I haven't drawn or painted anything in a while, so let's start. Yeah, we'll start with this, because I remember I liked her back. Give me 1 sec. What's happening, people? Okay. Alright, that's what I want to draw. So we start. Get rid of the black, the black that I put in the background, because I just I was just testing out the stream. How's everyone doing? Alright, so rub all that out. No audio? No, there's no audio, my TikTok people. There's no audio? Can you hear me now? No. Can you hear me now? I swear I'm hearing feedback. Can you hear me now? we're gonna sit here and we're gonna all figure out all the details together before I start drawing stuff. Cause I don't know what's going on. Microphone's there. Audio setting. Audio mixer. Microphones. Yeah, it says that, but I can set that to microphone as well. Echo check. Check in 1 2. Echo, can you hear me on this on the TikTok? Are we gone? No. Testing the audio. 1 2. Hello. Testing. Okay. Are we working now? Can you hear? I don't even know. Hold on. I'm gonna check my own TikTok on my phone and then I'll be able to tell. I'll just follow myself on my other account. That's why I'm the brains. Hold on. One, two. Alright, so you can hear me. You can hear me, but you can't hear me that loudly. Okay. So you can hear. Hello. Oh, you can't hear me that much. I know I shouldn't try all this audio testing now while you're here, but I'm doing it. Okay, I think that's good. Microphone, check. Is that better? Maybe that's how you're supposed to hold this thing. All right, that's better. Okay, cool. We're good. Jeez Louise, that took a while to figure out. That's my audio there done. Instagram, well, we'll figure out one day. All right, so we're doing the digital painting today because this is what I want to do. So, because I did this crappy layer here, we delete the background layer, get rid of that. Delete this layer, we get rid of this. We fill in the black. Boom. This is our base layer for this one. This is going to be a series of this woman's back. I just really like her back. Yeah, that's all I can say. I'm going to start trying with just the lasso to try and carve out the shape I'm seeing. If that makes sense. So then add tool just to add to the lasso. This is just what we're starting from. What's happening, user? How's everyone? We're gonna do at least like 4 of these. We start with like a dark to mid-tone. Fill that in. Boom. Now, because I kind of still don't like the shape, we're just going to get a brush. And I'm just going to start painting it how, like a more defined version of it that I can see. And kind of pull the shape out of it. Yeah. I know it doesn't look like anything at all right now, but it will get there. So I'm really just mainly thinking about the outline. And just the shape that I'm kind of going for. So now I'm going to take a slightly darker shade. And I'm just going to try and just draw in... Hi, what's happening everyone? I'm just going to draw in the values. Well, not drawing the values, but like the basic shapes. So like that's the middle of her back. Just so I've got it. This bit here. So now just with like, I guess with like light strokes, I'm drawing in values and trying to break up just the bigger shape of like this blackness. And with it, I'm just layering values in. Usually, I would suggest you should use a bigger brush than this. But I'm just strangely confident in the shapes I'm putting together. So like, do as I say, not as I do. Usually use a lot bigger brush than this. Okay. And then this is just the hair. There we go. See, now as I'm going, I'm wondering, I'm like, how good and right am I with the colors I've picked and the kind of the positions I've put things in. See? So basically this is just her back. And as I put in some darker values. What's happening, Gary? What's happening, John? People? As I put in darker values, I'm just gonna mix it up slightly. And just over time with strokes, just build up the values across the board. And then what did I do? Oh. What did I do with the layers? Oh crap, clicked on the wrong bit. So now, I'm just going to pick the same, but just slightly lighter values. About there. And now I'm just going to do the same. But instead of looking at the darks, I'm just going to look at the lighter tones. And then I'm just thinking, where do they go? Right? So And then as I'm going, I'm just kind of changing the values, if it makes sense. So on this part of the back, just adding up the lighter bits. And again, I'm still just trying to just focus on the separate value bits together. Like, I'm not trying to make it, I'm not looking at it as one whole thing. I'm looking at it like different areas to build up. Yeah, there we go. And that's the thing I like, when you can do stuff like this, it can help, what's the right word? I can kind of push and pull the values out of it as I go. So this is kind of just what I do. So as I do it now, again, I just pick a darker value. I pick something maybe like that, the darkest that's already on there. And then I'm just going to use that value there, just from the reference, to just push and pull where some of the darker values on the back go. This bit here just needs to be changed completely. I think this has to be just pushed back into the darker values. See, it was just too... Sometimes it can get too dark in certain places, or too like uniform in regards to the color. So you have to kind of use values to break it up. I think that should come out a bit more, and then a little bit round. And then this side I just want to pull even lighter because I don't think it's that dark. Now I take the darkest of this bit and I'm applying it on this side because I'm going to go a bit darker. Not super dark, but just a bit darker because on this side I can just see it. Yeah. Something's weird's happening on this side. This side, I'm not getting the darkness I want. My color theory is terrible, by the way. I don't know anything about it. And thanks for the likes and the watches and the 2 people here. So I'm thinking just developing the darker values on this side, definitely. Yeah, it needs that darkness to come through on the back. There's like a kind of a bit of a pinch up here as well. Look. I just want to better define the shape. Let me have a look here. Yeah, I'll say that's right. Cut the hair back, cut the face back. Okay, now it's like this. I think maybe one more pass of the lighter grey. We'll go just a little bit lighter, and then after this, I'm gonna kind of draw over it all to kind of propagate down more of the shapes and where things are gonna be changing and the values, because values change over. Window history. Sometimes I get a bit of lag. I think it might be because my laptop's trying to stream on everything. OBS, what are we saying? Are you still working? Okay, wait, hold on. I have my OBS multi-chat is telling me I've got one person watching on YouTube right now. Wow. My YouTuber, thank you for coming. I can't see you or see what your chat's saying right now. Hold on. Chat. What? Alright, I don't know even how to go back to seeing the chat now. I've messed it up. But yeah. I can still see you Instagram people. So we'll figure it out as time goes by. So back to what I'm doing with this. Now, just running over it with this higher value. I'm still not even trying to really zoom in with my eyes. I'm trying to just, what's the right word? I'm just trying to get in the places that I can see. Like if I squint my eyes, I'm looking at it and going, all right, what kind of big shapes in the values are there? Okay. And I think that's kind of it. So the thing I'm gonna do now, because again, I know I'm not super fond of it, because it's a blobbed but blurred kind of mess. I'm gonna go in the layer above. I'm gonna just use this brush again, but I'm gonna take it really small. And I'm kind of going to use this as a background to just draw what I can see. And then we go from there. All right. So literally, that's all I'm doing now. I'm using it to just carve out different areas, different things I see, different ways I want it to be. And I'm just going to use it to then be like a bit of a blueprint on how to get the rest of it to run. there to just get the line of the back right. Don't know what I'm doing here, so I'm just filling this bit out because I'm not liking it. I'm not liking the shape of it, so from filling it out, just gonna relook at the shapes that I've got there and how I want it to be. Yeah, I want it to be kind of like that, and then her back. Yeah, that's the shape. So just to be better, just bigger brush with the black. So now I'm just using it to define the edge. Okay. So I think I might get a soft round now, because I want to look what it looks like when I soften out the edges and kind of push some of these forms back. Sometimes I just kind of naturally go between soft and hard brushes. That way you can kind of well, you'll see when I push it out. So I'm not trying to do it everywhere, but the certain areas where I've laid down these kind of transitions, I'll use the soft brush just to help with the blending and defining the tone shifts. And also it can bring in more values. See? It kind of... I hope that makes sense in a way. Because I've drawn this out, I'll pull all of these values further up on the back. Push these values out. This whole bit here should just in general be darker. See? So I'm kind of as well going from the light values and I'm pushing them back into the dark values. And then after I use this soft brown pass, I'm going to go back in with the hard brushes just to kind of go over the lines. Because I notice when I go past it in like waves like that, it can kind of, it brings the whole thing together in a way. Now this color here. See? So, yeah, I don't know what else more to say about it. When I'm stroking on it though, I'm trying to make sure that all the strokes kind of go in the way of the form as well. I say it a lot on here. I'm thinking it's ever get tired of me. But yeah, always try and make sure that the strokes run with the form. Because when you do that, it can come together. It comes together kind of well. Oh yeah, this bit. So I'm pushing this bit all the way back to there. And then I hope this makes sense to people if anyone's actually here listening to it. You see, as I've pushed the soft round now, it's just kind of a different way to introduce different values and structure, but using the hard round as like a base for this pass, and then after I do this pass, I'll use everything else for like another hard pass on it, basically. See, so as I've done this here, we put in this bit right up here because we want to pull that back on the back here. Can you see it coming along? 6 times, how are you? Hold on. I want to push this bit right back. I want a bit of just a light kind of value underneath it, and this goes all the way down as well, and this kind of hooks. Okay, so what am I thinking now? Now I'll need to go into like a smaller brush to get the details, but I want to get the head in as well. So now I'm just trying to look at the face, and again, just because I'm really using just these values here, I don't want to go that much into it. I'm just doing the same exact thing, but I'm doing it with like, well, not an imagined head, but I'm just really picking out the core shapes that I can see. And I'm doing it real fast. Cause why not? So now I'm even thinking about in the face, what value shifts can I kind of see? But again, because I'm doing it again with a soft, this is where I'm doing it with the soft first. Whereas with the body, I do it with the hard round first. So I'm just going to flip it over now with the face. Yeah, let's zoom in. You shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, and I'm trying to get better at doing it, but I'm not. I'm not that good. So, old habits die hard. So I want to just use this brush here. We're just going to quickly we're going to draw over everything again. And this is basically what I do. I'm just going to draw over it, every single part of it, over and over again. And then keep painting over that drawing until it's exactly what I want it to be. Pretty much. Okay, the ear. I'm lowering it to about here. Just got earring there. And the hair, I want it to just be like indicators of where the hair is. So I want the hair to kind of go with the silhouette. I don't know why. I just want. That's what I want. And even places like this, like if the head's not fully filled in, like shape wise, we'll just zoom down. Okay, hold on. I'm just doing this now just so I can have more space on the face so I can see. I wouldn't suggest doing this at all. Give me one sec, fill out the nose. Because it's a weird facial angle where you don't see like any of the features, kind of. It's weird. It's not the smartest of angles to have picked. Ugh. So this is kind of basically the base shape of the nose, which I can kind of see. So from here, what I would do, hold on. Hey, for my Instagram people, you still can't see much. I'll figure this out. I'll figure it out for Instagram. I promise. I don't know what this chat thing is saying to me though. Get out of here, chat. I have to upgrade to Stream Sweep to use the vertical. You sons of bit. See, this is why OBS. You're trying to be clever to me. Right, hold on. Let me figure this out. No audio. No. Let me know if any of you lot can hear me. Because what I'm doing now, I'm just going to take up these tones here. These darker tones. And I'm just using it. It should be kind of at a bigger brush. Honestly. But because of how it is and the angle, I just want to really get it quickly. There we go, see? Just to clear out the edge. Because you get a cleaner edge, it's kind of easier for me to work from it. And then, yeah, it's a bit darker values here as well. And I think that nose, I got to take that nose in a lot more. I think you can barely see it. There's barely any eyebrows at all either. Yeah. High computer load detected. Terrible. How's the computer load going? Can you lot hear me? You lot there? Have we got a signal? because these are darker values here as well. Yeah, let's push all of this back. Let's not lie and say the lightest value isn't above her eye, just there, like that. I'll merge everything down. What's happening, Gamion people? Yeah, I think that's better. So now with the ear, it's kind of the same as everything else. We're just selecting darker values and lighter values from the surrounding area. And I'm using these values to build up the shapes. See how it's kind of coming together on the ear? And then underneath, just to cut it down, the shadow. And then her hair comes out to like here. And then, what do I want? I'm just trying to think about what I want it to be. Yeah, to about there. Okay. Let's see if this looks any better. How's everyone? So now I'm just taking out the hair silhouette. I'll go into better detail about this later. But I just wanted to see, like, if I take out all the darks that I'm thinking about, zoom out, how does it look? I like it. Yeah. See? Now, same thing. We go into an even smaller brush with a hard round, and this way it keeps going. Like, there's like a push and pull dynamic with it, where I'm just gonna push and pull different values and different shapes, and then eventually it will become what it needs to be. Okay. Alright, now now I've got a smaller brush. We get to go real technical now. So this is where it's all gonna kind of come together a bit more. I'm still not zooming in, but now it's this small, the brush. I'm just working in details. Like, just different lines that clearly define things. See? Like, pulling out this darker value here. And I'm going to push it round to this side as well. A little bit. And then as we go, it's literally, this is what I'm just doing now. I'm applying this darker value just to push back the lighter and just to differentiate the back here. And I'm doing it all the way up to this bit. Because then when it comes to this bit, it gets very much into the lighter values. So after here, kind of gets pushed back. Does it get pushed back that much? I don't know. So brush joint's going just a little bit bigger, just so, yeah, see? This way I can just pull and push the values. See? But I'm also trying to make sure that the values are going around the body and how the shapes work. So, what's the way to say it? It's not random, right? It's just, at this point, it's really just trying to get everything to kind of read how it should. I don't know how to explain that. It's like this whole part of the back here, I think this should be lighter. About that color, yeah. Doesn't have to be as dark as I've made it. So I just selected that color, and you see how just doing that, it pushed so much of it back. It pushed so much of the shadow back, and when it's pushed it back, I can bring in more of the lighter values without it looking too weird. Yeah, there we go. This is just to blend out some of the shadow shapes I put on this side. And this over bit at the back, I want it to kind of look like that. Hey, Shay Bands. No, hold on. So now I'm putting out this dark value here because I realize so much of this is this darker value. Hold on, let me try and pick it up. I don't know if it's color theory, but when I look at it on this side, on the left side, it's like I need a darker value to balance it out from the other side. Because if I pick this dark here, put it here, look at the color difference. It doesn't really... Yeah, there we go. It doesn't pop as a dark color that I want it to. Hold on. I'm going to change this whole shape here. Because this is wrong. It's more... Hold on. Because I'm just thinking about this whole left side here. Yeah. And then we pick up this darker value. This darker value has to go like there. For some reason I push all, it always drops like a... Not always, but some I've noticed now recently it drops like a dot of the color I'm picking up. Really, really not a fan. Photoshop, not a fan at all. just push that back a bit more as well. Push this back a bit because this light value kind of comes down. Yeah, and this kind of blocks it off, but it still comes down. Now what? Stop giving me these dots everywhere, man. Pushing this right back because it doesn't need to be this. What's the word? It's just a bit too divisive on this side. Yeah, that just to get rid of this this dark line here where I've drawn it out underneath. Soften that out to get rid of it because we don't want any of the drawing kind of showing. We could, but I don't really want that. Just stroking with a darker value just to differentiate this side and kind of push it more into the darkness. And then a bit more under here. I don't know what else to say. Like, this is kind of just basically how this is the process of how I kind of, one of the processes of how I draw everything. Pretty much. And sometimes it gets to this point where it's just picking up values from the image. And then you just push and pull them around until it gets to a point where I like it. And while I'm pushing and pulling, I kind of I add kind of values everywhere. Well, I don't add values, but I try and see different parts where the image is breaking up. Or places where it's getting brighter, and I'm just kind of just adding as I go. See, just really pull back and push and pull back, especially on the neck. Yeah, because I think it comes in more gently into some of these values. And I don't like this bit here, so I'm just kind of stroking in the direction of the forms more to try and wrap it round, because this bit, it feels too disconnected from the rest. All done. Is this right? Hold on. I want that to be a bit harder. Bit softer here. A little bit harder there. I think all of this should be darker. All of this. bring this dark shade just a little bit further down here. And then I'm going to knock this dark back by just adding a bit of this lighter shade here on this side. Because I think it's too dark. I think I made it too dark. Because this bit here, this should be the darkest part, really. So now I'm just looking at where the darkest parts of the image are. And I'm going to go even far as get the black. I'm going to go super just lighter, just a bit lighter on it. And then from here, hey, thanks for the eyes and the likes or any followers or anything, for people. But from here, we're just adding now because I just want to add darker values to all the darkest parts. Because I think it just needs to be punched. It needs to be punched out a lot more. Yeah, especially on the shadow side. So a lot darker up on this bit. So I'm just sprinkling and adding in darker values just so I can, it gives it more shape. It gives it more definement. And it kind of breaks it up from being, like, you don't want it to end up being like just one big solid mass. Or like every single bit. I know sometimes I like bits where forms, no values get broken up by like gaps. Like for example, I'll push this light in here to break up this light, this like line of darker values. I notice it just adds something to it. It just gives it more. What's the way to say it? It gives it more shape. It gets away. It gets rid of those common lines that you can see sometimes where it's like, just because your eyes have made overlapping things connect, you kind of see it as one solid, and sometimes that can break up how your image looks. Sometimes you have to get in and you have to divide the shadows and the lights, because sometimes the shadows and the lights can just be a problem together. Let me have a look. Whoa, inactive. What? What's happening with my go live? Oh, I have to move this puzzle. What? Hold on, everyone. Got to move this puzzle into place. Did that work? Hey, it worked. Okay, now we don't know how long I'm going to be drawing for today, but I just want to draw, so we'll see. And there we go. I'm going to do a lot more, but I feel like to draw and to get back into it, I'm going to do things in like passes. Passes of things I like to draw and passes of like other stuff. So we've gone from this, and then from this we're going to go to a pinup, because I haven't done any kind of pin-up-y type thing in ages. Absolutely ages. So let's see how this works. I'll come back to this and finish it. I promise, pinky swear. But right now we'll do a drawing, and I remember you. Do I remember you? I can't see a picture. Bob, what's happening, Bob? It's been a while. Sorry, everyone. I've had to put the paper down for a while because of, like, personal things. But this one now, we're going to draw. Now, with drawings, I like to be loose. But we're going to start with the Loomis method because I always think it's, like, the best one. But I like to start with the torso, me, personally, because I think the torso is just a better place to start. You can kind of just get the shape. I think you can get the shapes better. So I'm just going to start with the torso. Start with a ball for the kind of the hip bit. Her hips are kind of like this. So I'm breaking it down sideways. I know people changed. Hey, you changed? Hey, everyone changes, man. My other account got deleted. Can you believe it? I had to start again. I was like, ew. They banned me, the people. Oh, see, the problem is I've drawn this on the white background layer because I'm silly. But who cares? We'll fill it in. This is all just going to be a base anyway. Oh, what? Wrong layer. Drop it underneath. Louise, hey, Quaz, thanks for the likes and the follows and all the good stuff, people. It's been a while. I'm going to try and draw regularly. I don't know why sometimes I'm hesitant. I don't know. Doubts of self-skill. I don't know. Who knows? Merge this down. Oh, again, forgot. Put the white layer underneath. Look at me just not knowing what I'm doing. Alright, so from this is the hip. I'm kind of looking at it like this. I'm trying to just draw like a center line. So even though the center line's kind of curved, is what it is. This is the knee. So from the knee, I'm trying to draw kind of cylinder shapes down. I know this looks like absolutely nothing, and it's too big. Sometimes I draw things too big for the paper I'm doing things in. I don't know if anyone else does that. It's a big problem of mine, man. I need to sort it out. And for some reason, whenever I push free transform on here, it makes my TikTok live bring up a poll. Don't know why. Other knees up here, around like chest level, so there. A lot closer to the body, don't know what's wrong with me. So I'm going to say about there, loop that round. Ankles here. So we're just trying to connect it all to like where the knee would be. So a big squiggle because right now we're not here looking for perfect, we're looking for okay. So that's the foot. And then this leg's a bit in perspective. So again, I've got to shrink it again because again, it's too big. I don't know if this is me being a nerd, but I get excited seeing that the TikTok thing is moving. The thing's moving. People are doing stuff. It's like, hey, maybe it is interesting. I don't know why this brings up a TikTok poll for me every time I try and resize it. It opens the live and gives me a polling instructions. Free transform, cool. So we shrink it down even more because it's too big. That's about right. Hey, 1K likes, thank you people. Wow, I don't know how that happened. I appreciate it. So now I'm just trying to draw in the other leg. We have to get rid of any kind of lock I have on the layer. So now I'm just drawing out the leg. I know with references, I kind of try and use what I can see as a kind of, like as a measuring stick, pretty much. You just use it to measure and see what's going on and where it's happening. Okay, so the torso is a bit wider. Her arm goes here, biceps there. Her hand on the floor goes there. I know this looks incredibly bad. I understand. But trust me, we'll get there quicker than you think. Quicker than you think, actually. So this is the head. This was kind of like the first way I ever learned how to draw. I got like this how to draw book, and it broke all of the parts into shapes, and I'll just copy the book. And I was like, wow. Okay, that's the forearm. She's holding a phone. Phones are like that size. Other leg is there. Now, you look at it and say, Kieran, this is hideous garbage. And I'll say, yes, it is. But, there's a method to my madness. Really? Hey, Tara, thank you. So now, what I do, I'll lower the opacity down, and as a challenge, this is what we'll do for this one. I kind of just keep redrawing it. I'll redraw it until every part is kind of correct and how it goes. So now that I've lowered the opacity, new layer on top, I just draw again, right? And I use what I've done here as like a base for what I'm doing now. So now we're putting her chest. And I'm trying to use smaller, more precise marks as well. And we're just we're not ignoring it, yeah, but we're using what I have underneath as like a base for what I'm doing. Thanks for all the likes, people. So then we're trying to use this to, no, I don't like the chest is too kind of turned when her body's not 3/4 length. She's just turned a bit at the hip. So I'm just trying to redo that shape there. Drop the breast down. Looking at how it connects to the shoulder. I'm also kind of looking at all the like shapes. And even now, I'll start indicating clothing as well. Just from what I've seen on the reference. Because then even that, especially on the skirt, it can kind of help me get the shapes that I want. No, I think the chest and the shoulder, bit higher. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't that look better? I think it looks better. Like, it was too low. Because I was looking at where her top is and the design of it. So it's kind of, she's kind of like this. So belly there. And then the outer hand, kind of more out. Shave off a bit of the shoulders. Now under the leg, I think we need to get just more definition here with the calf. Yeah. So even just some of the lines and future value lines I'll use for the knee. I just want to put it in there as well. Calf. I hope this makes sense, because this is still not the final pass, but you can, I hope you can see what I'm kind of doing. Like, as I'm going to go through each one of these, every single part of the drawing is just going to kind of get more defined. And I'm just going to add different elements that are going to be there. Like the shoes, I'm adding them now. Vaguely where the toe is going to be. Moving the whole leg up here. About there. And tilt it a little bit. I like to use the free transform tool and the warp tool a lot. It helps. Is it looking good already? Wow. Now, because the leg is kind of in perspective from where she's got the camera, this is going to be coming right kind of at us. And I'm kind of using the anklet on the heel. I want to use that as like a measuring yard of like where the rest of the shape will be for the leg. And then, yeah, just change the shape of the heel. I'm not good at drawing women in heels. I need more practice. But this is kind of the shape I'm seeing. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone. So yeah, this kind of style, I'm just kind of scribbly. And it's like literally, not literally, but like when it gets to one of the major kind of takes on it, that's when I'll just completely kind of lock in, and then we get better at that point. Right now, it's still just kind of, what are we doing, Kieran? I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. Trying to break down the hand now. Hey, 3K likes. Thank you, people. So with the hand, triangle. I like this kind of basis for the phone still, indicating that there's fingers there, and that this part of her hand comes down to here. Now, just to look at the head. Nah, because the chest is off. The chest is off. But we can erase that. And we can worry about it later. Just trying to get the collarbone right. Under chin, she's got a lot of hair. So her hair comes out to like here, and then her hair goes like to that on the phone. About that shape. And yeah, I don't know if that makes sense what I'm doing. I'm just literally over time just going to be layering shapes over each other again and again. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, we can dash this one away because it's done. Again, this layer, we just lower it down again. And then we do it again. But this time, I want to go even kind of more subtly. And then we'll start breaking down like the face, the body, everything. Just to try and, we're trying to now get something together. Like there's enough of a break that we can formulate it. So I'm going to start with the eyebrows. Just putting them in. We're not committing to anything yet. Kind of the center line of the face. Trying to just draw it in. The nose. About there. I notice when I draw facial features, I always draw them too big.
I always draw them too big. So we're thinking about it now, because I'm annoyed by this. This is too many years of doing this. I should have figured it out. Let's start with the center of the face, right? That's where the center of her face is. That's the brow line. That's the nose. That would be the mouth, I think. This is the bit where you can all judge me. Alright, because I'm annoyed, we're starting with the face. I'm going to get it down and we're just going to go downwards. Right? If you get the face right, I'll be comfortable. I get comfortable when the face is good. Let's just start with the lines of where the eyes are, where I think they're going to be. They're going to be like there. Eyebrows. Eyebrows about there. This little corner bridge bit. This bit that curls up, the button nose bit. Other nostril. Okay. Top lip. Bottom lip. But now I'm looking at like the overall head shape. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, hold on. We'll pull this up to get the jaw, the chin up. Okay, hold on. I think I kind of can live with it. Kind of. Can I? I think I can. Screw it. We're doing another layer now. We're going to drop this right down. And, yeah. Everyone, let's hope and let's pray. I shouldn't just go from this, but I really want to. This is a pencil brush. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm just drawing. Like, we're saying screw it. Ew, I don't like this brush. I don't like this brush at all. Hold on. History. Who thinks we're going to do this well? I'm not 100% sure. But if I used... I just want a nice brush. I've always been obsessed with brushes and picking them out and which is the nice right one, which is the wrong one. Often they're all like, it doesn't make a difference. Alright, we're using this whatever brush this is, and then we're just going to go from here. Alright, that's good. I like the amount of control that gives me. So, what I'm doing is I'm using the base of everything we've done to pretty much draw what I want to draw. This is the nose. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing it like this. I would say do more time with the construction. But I'm lazy. And have anxiety with this. So I'm just trying to get it down as soon as I can. Yeah. And it's, I guess because of years of experience kind of drawing some of these shapes. I'm not saying I'm like good at it. But because of that time, I can kind of get it down from very... minimal like pre-work. I can kind of, from just this, I can see it, if that makes sense. Like I can see what I'm trying to bring out of it. Yeah, see? So it's not fully using the lines that are underneath, but kind of, right? And then okay, now the eye. The eye is really important because I want it to show that even though the angle is this weird downward angle, which I don't really naturally like, I want it to kind of show that her eye is still open to a degree, even though it's this downward angle. Yeah, so really make sure that that stays kind of in the light. This moves over this is way too far over here. Like, yeah, it comes downwards. So just push that right back. And then still draw in some of the shadows as well, just because I want to. See? And then now from this, I can kind of readjust the shapes. And sometimes I like to draw in the values. How's everyone doing? Okay, so with this other eye, when it's a downward angle, always make sure it's like a really elongated U shape. Because like when the eyelids are kind of closed, you don't get that full open eye. You can kind of get this weird there you go. You get this kind of downward look. So yeah. See? You see how look. We went from whatever that was to now this. See? And then as I've done something like that, I don't know what it means about me, but I gain confidence. I gain confidence in my lines and everything I'm kind of putting together. Because now it's like, okay, we have something that's solid. So everything else can kind of just falls into place. And then sometimes I like to draw in value changes as well. Just because when I start painting it, it makes it easier. Okay, hair, it's a bunch of hair. So, because it's a bunch of hair, still, it doesn't need to be tight. Right? I'm just trying to tighten it up in the places where that kind of tightness adds to the image, right? It brings it together. So like strands for their hair right now, it's not a major issue. It's not something we have to focus on. But the shape of the neck, yeah, that's something more important right now. And I'm even gonna knock down the values even a little bit more, just because I kind of really, I'm alright with this right now. So I don't feel like I need crazy values to help. I don't think I need crazy values to help right now. Yeah, it's about there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this is just the top. Well, I guess it's called a crop top. I don't know words or fashion things. There we go. And even this arm I'm bringing back, I think it should go all the way back up to here. And I think that goes even higher up. Yeah, that goes even higher up. That goes to about here. Yeah. And you see I'm just kind of rounding it as well. Women have like softer... For women, it's good to use S's and like C type shapes. It works better. Oh wait, my Instagram people, you can't see. Well, you can now, I think. It's hard to know where exactly the middle is for everyone. Does that work? I think so. So... yeah, so at this point, I'm just trying to use tighter lines. To just get it to work. Let me have a look. And then now the thing with folds, I like with folds, you kind of how do I describe folds? There's just certain shapes that can indicate where the fabric is moving. I'm trying to think of a better way. I'm trying to think of a better way to describe that, and I can't. I would suggest a good thing to do is kind of just use reference of like how folds and stuff work. Because when it comes to it, there's a lot of I find it the same as is. There's a lot of repetitive shapes in the design of it and how it will come across. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'll say about today. And okay, so just basically just drawing in the fabric changes. And now trying to do the legs. The legs look like they may be like a perspective problem. I don't know. We'll see. Let's say that's where the anchor is there. Yeah. Sometimes the shape of the knee can be a bit of an annoyance. For me personally. Okay. Now I'm just trying to use these little marks here to kind of put the musculature on the leg as well as just define some of the muscles. That way, like that. That way it's easier. See? So as you can see, it's still like I'm using the image that I put down before. It's kind of just a guide for how everything else kind of should go. While kind of adding extra detail. Because I think I think that should be a bit thicker. And then the toes go there. We'll figure out the toes and how this should kind of look later. I think it's more with this shape. Maybe. I don't know, man. Women in heels, it looks weird. So I never liked drawing it. So we're going to figure this out now because why not? And out the bottom part of the heel goes there. Okay, I'm thinking that's the shape. It's not great right now, but I think that's the genuine shape we're gonna go for with this right now, because I think that's kind of okay. And then it comes up from the thigh here. Let's see. It should go over the heel. So again, I'm still thinking like that kind of shape there. And that coming up to there. Again, the knee. Top thigh goes up to the knee bit here. And then the knee has like, that's like the kneecap. But I'm trying to soften the edges because I don't want it to be like predominant. Like she hasn't got predominant kneecaps. So just trying to figure out how I'm going to get that down. And I think this leg as well, I think it should come up. Wait, hold on. Oh, I painted it on the white as well? No, don't tell me I painted it on the white background. Hold on, everyone. No. Because if I painted this on the white, which I'm starting to believe I did. Look. I painted the legs on the white. Crazy. I'm crazy. Hold on. Layer management, everyone. It's really important. So let's cut the legs off and put the legs with the good torso that I'm doing. Because that's what it should be. What was I saying? This one now, I just kind of want to bring up the leg. I don't think it needs to be this long. So that's the thing as well, with like the sketch layers, you can do all kinds of stuff. So on the layer above, because I want to try and change it, I don't have to put it there at the bottom. So we start to go to hair. Okay, and a little muscle there. Now with the toes, I'm saying this goes, the ankle goes up to like here, and then it drops straight, kind of drops straight down into them. And then the cushion bit where the toes go on is a bit curved. Wraps round to hair. The foot comes out this side, goes up, straight up. And then the back heel comes round and you can kind of see it. Well, it comes out kind of like that. Yeah, and then the heel comes out the back here and down, kind of curved. And then the back heel, the strap comes around to there a bit. And then, boom. So now the backhand here, I say it's even more. Yeah, no, it's not a straight shape. It's more that way there, inclined. She's got like a sleeve thing here. Smallest fingers there. Two. It's only like, you can only see like 3 fingers. So 1, 2, 3, and then you can see her thumb comes down here. Yeah. Hair, I'm saying it's more of that shape. Okay, but I think we're doing pretty well. I think the forearm should come out here. And I think about to there. The other fingers for the phone, we got 1, we got 2, and one of them is underneath the phone. It seems that's awkward. But yeah, hey, that's the phone shape. That's the finger there. Finger there. This finger comes out like here, because it comes a lot further down. Yeah, yeah, but we'll figure that out. And then no, the hair is proper flicky like that, and then comes in like that. Okay. So this is what we'll do from here, cause what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Because I'm thinking, how do I get rid of the black on this bottom layer? Magic eraser? Magic eraser? Let's see if it actually... Ugh, it's not, yeah, gets rid of too much. You know what we do from here? We can just paint over everything. I want to do grayscale because I want to figure out a way to get grayscale from grayscale to color well. I just feel like it's a quick thing, but I don't know how to do it. Boom. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Ugh. I don't know how we're gonna figure out the leg bit to make it reasonable and not be completely painted over. Can't believe I put it on the black layer. I could redraw it, but I'm not really that interested in doing that. So just fill all of that in. Let's see how this is working. Yo, Joey. I had 4 people come into the Instagram, so that's something. I'm gonna have to figure it out, everyone. I'll have to figure it out. Definitely gonna have to figure it out. I don't know how. But thanks for the likes, people. It's only been an hour and a bit. We've had an alright time. Ain't no one in their mother here, but how do we... I think I can do stuff on this TikTok. Hold on, give me a second. You can claim things in Creator Camp. Okay. Oh, I can share my live? How do I share my live? Okay, I can edit it. How do I share? Oh, I can share my live to... Oh, I can share live to people. I never do this on this account. Who would I share the live to? Okay, maybe this is how people do it. They send the lives. Oof. Alright, where were we? Sorry everyone, I got distracted. Alright, hour and 43 minutes. Trying to figure out a way to get this on top of this in grayscale. I think if we change this to color, it should work, right? No, it doesn't work. Alright, we're going to go through the layers. There's going to be a layer that gets rid of this white. Multiply, baby. There we go. I was thinking, I'm like, there's got to be something we're doing wrong here. Okay. So, after we've done basically this, right, I'm going to lock this as a layer. Underneath, we're going to create clipping masks. That way, when I color into it, it's not gonna go out of this. Oh, what? Yeah. But it won't go outside. It should not go outside of the mask. Hold on. There we go. Now it won't go outside of what I've put down. So I'm basically using this multiply to kind of just get down the colors, and then after we get them all down, I'm just gonna start painting it, and we'll see. Bit darker. Yeah, that's the right color. Usually people mask out different bits, but I'm not really bothered to do that. I don't want to do that. But I notice everyone does, so maybe I should. Should I? No, we're just going to add another one. Put it underneath. So, and then we're going to rename this. I'm going to rename it top and skirt. That way I know. And it's there. Hold on. Top skirt. Because sometimes when you don't name lives, it can be a problem. It can be a problem when you don't name the lives layers, or it can be for me. So when you name it, you can just kind of have an easier time controlling what's going on. See, so just kind of doing that just to break it up there. Delete all of this. So then when I go into the layer underneath, this is going to be skin. Just a little darker. I don't want to go crazy. What are we doing? Oh, that's the erase tool. My bad. Yeah, we don't want to go crazy. Yep. Okay, underside of the elbow there. Okay, so now I'm just kind of just doing in the values of the leg and everywhere else. And I don't know if this is good. But I think it is. I think the values are okay. So this is kind of more in like a cell shady way where with the setup. But as I lay it down, I'm gonna like use shifts in value to break it up the shapes further. This is kind of just like a first quick part, not a quick pass, because all the drawing's done now. So this is just kind of getting it down to the point where the values on top of it read. And it kind of gives it shape. And yeah, that's all I'm pretty much doing now with it. I'm using this brush to break up the values. And kind of bring it all together. Well, not bring it all together, but get to some degree of, not finish, but polish, at least to a degree that I'm alright with. Toes. So now, this is all black hair behind the back hair. So now we've got to this part. How to describe what I'm gonna do. We got the skin now, we got the top. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go between the top and the skin layer and just keep defining it, but I'm going to use a smaller brush, and I'm going to use one with like a soft edge on one side and a hard edge on the other side. Bring down the brush size. This one will just help me get the right shapes that I want. And also it's going to help cut out the edges. Yeah, no, because I want all of this in it. Right? So now that I've done the top here, what I want to do, hold on, thing's getting crazy. I'm going to use all the values in the top to kind of now break up and push out values just in the top. Right, so as you're going to see, it's just going to be values for this bit. And then I'm going to lock the layer now, because I don't want any of the to go outside of the edges. See, so just edge of the top there. Bit darker under here. See? So I'm just using this brush here and some of the darks. Just push and pull certain things. Yeah. And then now we move up just to go to a lighter value, because the top has a lot of light values. We're not going to pretend. Yeah, I'm really going to push this color in, because the top has a lot of lighter tones. See, I just that there kind of brings it together valuely. See? So then we unlock it. Showing it down. Now on this bit, we just fill it in. Fill in the edges so I know It's got it. All the edges that I want. Give me that bit there. Give me the skirt. Because then the thing is, like, oh, I got a new follower as well from it. Hey, follower, whoever that is. So then, after I've done the skirt again, you can just lock it again. Darker value. So then now with this, I just fill in all the bits where this should be darker. And then when you do this, hopefully when I do this, no guarantee, but when I do this, the image should get a little bit more, what's the word? Bit more depth. See? And boom, boom, boom. And it's a bigger brush now, just because I want to get certain lighter values in. See? Just a bit like that. I like this brush. See? Now the legs are done. I want to push this part of the top back because this is more like just a line at the bottom. And yeah. So underneath this, here we go back to the skin layer. And now the skin layer, I'm just going to use this same brush. But what I'm going to do now, because I kind of like how everything else is kind of coming together. Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drag these both down and I'm going to put them in the mask of everything else. Boom. And even the drawing. So now everything is linked to this grayscale thing I've put into the back. So I'll do a new layer on top of all of it. It's still in the layer mask. So what this will do is when I go over the skin now, it's going to get rid of the lines completely. So we're going to add some darker values. And this is how you kind of work out your lines and just draw them out. Right? Because look. Now I'm just doing this here to just make the darkest values on the leg kind of read. See? See, just to define where that difference is there. Now, making the brush a bit bigger. Now I want to get like a slightly darker color, like this and just shape it into the leg and then push it back a bit here. See? So it's kind of like I'm wrapping it around the form of the leg muscle underneath. I'm not trying to do any kind of tricky bazickiness. I'm just trying to wrap all the dark values around the forms in the leg, and by doing that also it gets rid of the lines, and then like the muscles and the shape read from the shape. How you doing, one person who's there? How's life? This bit here I'm extending all the way out because I feel like it comes all the way out to here. All of this is the thigh here. See? Just mark it up there. And I kind of use the brush to kind of push and pull certain elements of it out and forward. And then as I'm doing it, I'm going to slowly get rid of all of the lines. Right? So as it goes, and then as I wrap things round, and sometimes I'll pick out darker values. And then by putting out the darker values, it kind of, what's the right word? It can give the whole thing kind of shape. See? I'm not trying to do craziness. But yeah, I think that works. See, now this is just to wrap it around, because to make it know that it's not all just going to be one shade. And the thing I like about this brush is it's got like a soft edge as well to one side. And as you can see, it helps draw it out real good. Make this a bit bigger because I don't want it to look like that leg is just that. Yeah, there we go. Let's add just yeah, hold on. Yeah, proper wraps around here. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Now as I'm going out, I'm just kind of just developing out the shadows and the darker values everywhere. So this bit here definitely needs to be dark as it comes out, but then it also gets darker here, and kind of a real sharp line for where the skirt is. Yeah. But again, we take a darker value because it's going to be darker. And we really pull this out because I don't know why it would be this light. or this bit here, or that bit there. Okay. That makes... Oh, my hand. Okay. Let's just go faster. I'm gonna go faster. Okay, so for this now, I just want to add darker values to the leg. I want to add darker values to everything, man. I just want to finish this off. We got 20 minutes. It's a race now, 20 minutes. Because I want to see. Yeah, there we go. Hold on, push that back. Push that back. Have this run down, but run down like that. That angle there. So now I'm just trying to think of the different kind of ways that the values are going to run. Let me fill this bit in because I'm thinking if that's just filled, that will look better. Like, doesn't have to look so kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say toxic, but like wouldn't have to look so. Let's get this darkest one here, because why not? If it's this side of the leg, see, because you can see how this brush works. It kind of gives you that kind of gives you this soft edge, and I honestly like it. Hold on, let's figure out the knee. Hold on, yeah, because here it's all going to be dark. It's all going to be dark to some degree, right? Let's not pretend it's not. And even down to this bit of the knee here, it gets dark. Yeah, there should be no real light values on this side. So we're really just, I'm trying to pull out these darks here. And now I'm just kind of just use these darker values. Just to kind of get the shapes right. And kind of. Now we're going to the face and the neck. When it gets to this kind of point, after I've done this kind of layering of everything, I think at this point I'll just kind of paint. Like we're just kind of going over it and getting everything kind of at the correct hues, the correct values. And we just get it all kind of sorted pretty much at this point. Okay, now, well, we haven't even done the face, really. We haven't got much into it. But I feel super confident to do that now. I don't know if this soft round is the one anymore. Hard round with opacity and flow. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. No, that color there. Whoa, what are we doing here? Hey, get out of there. So now we're just kind of using. I'm using the colors that I have and that I've picked up to now just kind of render out the face. So what I'm doing is I'm using the values that are there. Now, in regards to the light values, I'm using them to kind of pick up and drop down indicators of value, of color and the range. Because then when I zoom in, as you're going to see, when I zoom, it's just going to be a matter of just refiddling pretty much. Oh. So as we zoom in on the face, I've realized with this, I've got to really kind of focus on what you lot can actually see. Alright, you can see the face. So, just not moving it. You can use this darker value brush. Something like this. Now we're just going to draw. I've kind of realized one of the keys for me is I know if I'm confident with it, I can do it quicker. It's when I'm not, that's where the issues begin. See? Just a combination of just picking up and dropping values. See? So as I'm just doing it, the different lines of rendering just bring out the face, they bring out the nose. And then that way you kind of can just bring out the face. That sounds like a real terrible explanation. I'm sorry. How do I explain that well? I don't know how to explain it well. But yeah. Everything is just picking up, dropping down, different values, different places. And as you do it, and you do it over and 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 over again, the whole image will eventually kind of comes together. Yeah, look, pulling up the chin bit, because this bit wasn't that big of a chin strap. It was just a little line here to indicate this fold over on the chin. Just this light value there, just to separate the shape of the chin, give it more definition on the values and how the forms will read, especially as the face turns. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, are we good? Are we good? We're rounding up the lips completely. So now just a little bit of darker color. This way you can just kind of just you can add the values to the lips. See? Again, it's still kind of a fluffy brush, so I'm not really defining anything super yet. Maybe I should, but not yet. Let me get the darkest darks. I want to get a lot darker ones in. And then we can go from there. Tired. My back hurts. Okay, let me figure this out. Because I remember I did say I wanted to have it done. Everyone, we're gonna figure out the lives as well. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. We'll figure out how to get it properly on Instagram. I don't know how yet. You'd think with the power of the internet it would be really easy to figure out and find, but sadly seems that's not the case. But I think everything else is working. I don't know if the multi-chat is working at all though. Is it? Let me see. Docs. Do I have it there? Chats. I do have it. Chat, let's see. Are you even working? No. I don't know, it's doing something weird. Doing something weird. So now I'm looking at just filling in the eyelashes. And corner of the lips. I think we just now just throw. We got 3. I want to do 3 minutes. I don't want to be on it for too long. Just do the light side now, I think. Because I think when I do the light layer on top, you're going to see what I'm kind of going for. It's going to make more sense. And I'll see it myself, so yeah. Okay, so she has some light there. Right there. There we go. Hold on. Make this brush bigger. Not that big. Not that big either. What are we doing? It's big enough to just blend it out and see what we're doing. But where are light? Oh, my OBS disconnected. No. What? OBS, are we good? Okay, I think we're good. So basically, I'm just using lighter tones now to kind of really solidify what I'm doing with the face. Hey, OBS connected successfully. Congrats. Alright, so under that eye there. I don't know if this actually looks that much lighter as a tone. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So this is basically the paint overlay for the lines. And then now, even when we're painting over with it, we're just adding lighter values. She had a bit of a suntan, so like this bit's lighter here. There's a tan line here, which will be lighter here as well. And then there's this bit here, just the middle. Bit of lightness comes off there. Front collarbone, top collarbone, and then you get a bit, this bit here. And a bit of that bit there. And a lot of that bit there. Again, because this bit, it kind of spills over past here. There we go. We need a nice darker tone here. So we just want to separate it. Yeah. Bit reflective. Because we want to get that cleavage bit in good. Okay. Okay. Should we? I think should we take a break? I feel like I can really finish this by tomorrow, easily. I want to finish a lot of stuff actually. Let's keep going for a bit, and we'll just see. This bit here is completely filled in with like black, because I think it's from the material over top. So. Can we? Okay. This is me just practicing pushing and pulling some lines. Clothes are good. I don't like the knee. I think it could be a bit. Could be better. And this whole leg. There we go. Okay, and then just bring this over here. Alright, we can get this, I think we can get this one done by tomorrow. Early. this bit here, it needs a darker value than this. This is just so I can figure it out and kind of have it done from kind of this torso bit. I think this is gonna be it for today, just because I'm tired. But yeah, I'll finish this tomorrow. We're gonna have a long, like, digital drawing day tomorrow. We'll figure it out. I'll just draw and draw, and we'll go. We'll go as much as I can because I want to. But for today, I am kind of fried. Oh, it's you. Hey, Sky. Not now. I kind of felt like doing another couple things. But I'm off this now because my hand hurts. I need to figure out how to make the goddamn thing work properly. We are discarding this video from there because it doesn't matter. 2 hours and 30 minutes on the TikTok account. I think we've done right. I can do this in 2 hours. But I need to get a lot faster. That's the one thing I want to do. So, thanks for coming by, people. I will see you when I see you. I don't know how to stop the live. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Alright, bye. Okay, we stopped it there. How do we stop it on Twitch? Oh, it's saying start. What? Hold on. Let me see. Is my YouTube not going? It should be on YouTube. If not, OBS, you're garbage. Yeah, you said stop streaming, stop recording. Oh, okay, alright, Instagram, you are working. I had one person viewing on Instagram. Hello, Instagram. No, YouTube. That's what it was. Cool. As long as it's saved. Okay, how do I get out of OBS just to make sure it's done?